I made the switch from Canon to Sony. Stay tuned and you'll find out why. Yeah guys, so like the title said, I made the switch from Canon to Sony. A lot of people have been doing it, and well, I'm telling you guys my reason. My reason for switching was because I just wanted something more like with the image quality as well. 6D was really good for me. I used it for years, but I was just kind of like getting tired of that focus and recomposing thing, and it became part of my workflow. It was just natural for me, but just knowing that there was better stuff out there, and that's kind of like that was in the back of my head, and so I just used the 6D as long as I could. Heard about Sony, everybody was talking great things about it, and so I was like, let me test the waters. I got the A6300, which is what I'm recording on right now, and when I found out about the eye autofocus, I pretty much programmed it into the camera, and it was amazing. That's pretty much all I can say. Eye autofocus is the most amazing thing for a portrait photographer, and I advise any portrait photographer to check that out. So another thing with the 6300 was just pretty much the autofocus points. I never really used autofocus with the Canon 6D. I always, had center point focus, and because I knew that center point was the most effective point to shoot with, because it was a cross type, center point cross type focus. So that's pretty much why I always used the 6D's center point, because I knew that was the best point to use. And so when I got the eye autofocus with Sony, I didn't really have to do that focus and recompose it. All I had to do was just press the button, the designated button that I chose for it, and it would catch the eye on the face, and I could just shoot. There's like there's parrots or something at this park. There's some birds that's always flying around. But yeah, so then I wanted to try Sony full frame. I checked out the A7R3, and it was a great camera, but it didn't push me over the edge. Like I was still like, okay, I like this camera, it's great and everything, but I still had Canon lenses, so I used the MC11 adapter for it. And with the A7R3, the eye autofocus only worked on Sony lenses. It didn't work on the Canon lenses that I had or that I have. So that's one of the reasons why I just stuck with the 6D. And plus, the battery life wasn't really that great on the A7R3 as well. And I still have battery issues with the 6300. I have about like 5 batteries just to make sure on a shooting day, because I use this 6300 more for video, but I used it for portraits as well. But yeah, so the battery life wasn't really that great, so that's another thing why I didn't make that jump yet. Then when the A7R3 came out, I tried it out at school, and it was pretty much night and day. Big jump from the A7R3. The battery life was a lot longer because they have a larger battery now, and when I paired the MC11 adapter with my Canon lenses, eye autofocus worked. So like, what better deal could that be for eye autofocus to work on Canon lenses? So I pretty much, this is a funny story. I went to go check out, well, I went to go buy some ink for my printer because I was printing portfolio and some stuff for a client, and I just asked about the Sony cameras. I was like, do you guys have any Sony A7R3s in stock? And so they said yeah, and then they also told me that they were doing a deal for like an upgrade where they buy your current cameras, and then you can use that money towards a new one. So pretty much I had the 6D and the 70D and Canon 430EX speed light, and so they were able to give me some money for that. I got about $1,200 for that setup, and they had $500 off for the Sony A7R3, and it was tax-free that day. So big shout out to the camera store, Sammy's Camera. And yeah, so I bit the bullet. I got this A7R3, and I'm gonna show you guys it right now. This is a Sony A7R3. I'm not really big on camera straps, but I just put it on just for the time being. So it's a great camera. I like the fact that they added dual card slots as well. That's a big plus. So this, yeah, I'm gonna go into the reasons why I got this camera. Dual card slots, that's reason number one. Larger battery, reason number two. Of course, it works with the MC11 adapter. I already talked about that. People always complain about the Sony menu system and how like it's so like difficult and all that, but in reality, if you just set up the camera to your preferences, then you should be good. I have my custom buttons and everything set already on here, so from going from Canon to this Sony, it's really no difference. Like I could pick up the Canon. I was able to pick up the Canon camera and shoot, and then when I got the Sony camera, I just set everything up, and then I could just pick this up and shoot without even having to think about it. I have my eye autofocus button set to the AEL button, I mean the AF on button. I have white balance set to C1. I have white balance set to C2, and in C1, because I shoot in studio quite often, I have my C1 set to for the display to stay on, you know, not adjust with the exposure. So yeah, I forgot what it's called, but that's basically what I have that for. So when I go in the studio, I know, bam, C1, I can set up my lights, and the view is always going to be lit, and not have to worry about if I go too high on my shutter that the screen's gonna go dark. So that's pretty much what I have. I said, oh yeah, also with the A7R3, they gave us that rating feature. The rate, I have that as set in my C3 button. So if I'm on location doing a shoot, I like the shot, bam, C3. I can rate the photos, and when I get back to the computer, I know which images that are the good ones. So that's pretty much it for my reasons for getting the Sony A7R3. If you like this video, please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll be making more videos, so hit that notification bell button and shoot for your dreams, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.